Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Good morning, and welcome to Good Morning Crypto, where we turn your early hours in the morning into your edge and financial freedom. Today, I've got a special guest, Ada Ace. Let me get pointed the right way. No, other way. There we go. Yeah, Ada Ace over here. He's got his own channel, and he focuses a lot on Ada. So, what are we going to be talking about today? I know you got a new project that you've been raving about, so tease the people on it.
So today we're going to be talking about IAGON. It's IAG is the ticker, and it is a decentralized storage platform that has some new things that it can do and stay MiCA compliant and other things like that. So we'll get into it in a little bit.
Sounds great. I've got the stock heat map pulled up like always, so let's get these people prepped for some success today, and then we can dive on into that project. Let me get the right screen pulled up because I don't have my shortcuts on these guest screens. So is that the right one? No, that's yours. Let's see. I think it's the other one. Nope, that's also the wrong one. I guess we'll just go with mine for now.
There we go. That's fine, man.
It works. All right. We got that stock heat map pulled up, like always. We're seeing a little bit of some downside this morning. We've got Apple sitting up 1.05 from its close yesterday, sitting down 0.69 in the pre-market right now. We got Nvidia down 2.05 in the pre-market, up 0.69. So, that's quite interesting. They're the opposite of each other this morning. We got Berkshire Hathaway up 0.25, looking up in the pre-market right now, 0.18. Got Amazon sitting up 0.11, and the pre-market sitting down 0.5. We've got Eli Lilly sitting down 0.62, and the pre-market down 0.2. We've got ExxonMobil down 0.32, looking quite neutral for the morning with 0.00 on the board. We've got Tesla up 0.39 and the pre-market up 1.59. Got P&G up 1.28 and in the pre-market down 0.04. We got Microsoft up 0.16 and the pre-market down 0.37. We got Google sitting down 1.83 and the pre-market down 0.15, and we've got Meta to wrap that on out, down 1.37 and sitting up 0.03 in the pre-market. Let's hop over to that crypto side of things. We're looking at a sea of red so far. We've got Bitcoin down 2.7, Ethereum down 5.8. We've got XRP down 6%. We've got BNB down 1.1. We've got Solana down 5.5. We got Dogecoin sitting down 8.1. We've got Cardano down 5.4. We've got Tron sitting down 1.3. Just going to go through that top 10 this morning so that we can hop over to Ada Ace. We've got that fear and greed for the stock side of things. Up a point, still sitting in fear. Not too surprising since we saw quite a bit of downside on most of the market. We got that crypto side of things up 4 points, still sitting in fear though, as we've made a little bit of a move to the downside. Let's hop over to that liquidation heat map. That daily chart's got a lot of liquidity to the top side. It's been that liquidity that we've been looking at most of the week. So looking to clear that out eventually. We'll kind of have to see if that morning data drop will push us to the upside before we go grab some of that bottom side liquidity we've been talking about here. Top side starting at that 87,800 and ranges all the way up to 88,400. So a very broad hotspot to the top side. take a look at that 3-day, we've got that liquidity still stacked up to the top side, looking for the very hot spot at 88,300, and you've got that other very hot spot at almost $89,000. We'll kind of have to talk about those levels once we get that Bitcoin chart pulled up. We do have a very heavy data drop coming out this morning at 8:30 Eastern time. That will be that core PCE price index month over month and year over year. Looking for a slight increase on the year over year, looking to stay stagnant on that month over month. Not very positive on that data, but if we can see that forecast being hit, it might be seen as bullish, and that liquidity to the upside would be a very easy grab. We also have personal income month over month and that personal spending month over month. Looking for an increase on personal spending month over month and a giant decrease on that personal income month over month. So also not some positive data for the morning. You do have the Michigan consumer sentiment coming out at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and that's also looking at a giant decrease. Not too surprising since the markets in general haven't been overwhelmingly positive. We will kind of have to see what those morning data drops bring our way, but it's looking like you might see some more downside. Let's hop over to that Bitcoin chart for the morning, and then we'll say good morning to the chats. We've got Bitcoin on that 15-minute looking like it's right back to that level I had talked about, and we're trying to hold it as some support. Let's zoom that out to the 4-hour though, see what we're breaking down for today and potentially into the weekend. We do have that RSI prime looking quite bottomy here as we're looking at a slow up of our volume on that selling pressure. Your money flow is looking to maintain some of this green money flow here as we're trying to break a little bit lower. You do have that MACD looking to cross our zero line here as we started to print some heavy red candles. So looking for a little bit of a lower level here on the macro. You do have a nice bouncing area right where that bottom side liquidity is on our 2-week chart, and that's at $83,153 range. That's right below our lows from before the push up. So there's quite a bit of liquidity there on your higher term time frame. Let's zoom that on in, see what the hourly is bringing our way for the day. You do have us looking quite bottomy here on the prime oscillator, but your money flow is still coming out. Your volume still quite red here. You've got your oversold signals, but no reversal signal flashing just yet. Got that prime oscillator getting that curvature back to the upside, but might be a very brief move back up if that money flow continues to come out here. So really looking for those bottoms back down here in this range below our strong support. If we really do lose that with continued money flow coming out extremely strong, look back to our old levels at that CME gap and $81,000. That's where a lot more liquidity is stacked up. That would give us a nice arranging momentum for the weekend between our resistance here and our support down here at the CME gap. As you saw with that 15-minute, it looks like we're trying to hold this area as some support here. You have very strong resistance above us at $86,000. So if you are able to make a quick push back above that 85,251, I would look at $86,000 being a strong resistance area that really pushes us back down. You are getting that MACD curvature back towards our indicator line here on the bottom side. Your prime oscillator looking very green here, but your money flow is very strong as some selling pressure, and your volume's very red here as well. So looking a little bit bearish for the morning. All right, let's get us hopped back over to Ada Ace, and
what's going on?
Let's hop into IAGON. I don't know. I don't know if you have any screen shares that you would like to pull up, but I've got a
need to press
screen.
this
All
screen
set up
share
for you.
button for you here. Let's see. We're going to do that one. I think that'll work for you there. We sharing my screen yet to you?
Give me just a second there.
Gotcha. I think we have an audio echo for what we're having to do so we can talk.
There we go. And then
We had some fun this morning with our audios here.
Oh,
I can hear him, but only through our Discord call that we have going on because something's with my audio, and we didn't have enough time to figure it out.
oh no. It works. It works though. So let's get.
Apparently,
your
you've had
screen
this issue
pulled up.
before because you were able to pull that one right out the chamber real quick.
Oh yeah. Me and LBC used to deal with it. So let me get that your screen pulled up with both of us on there. There we go.
All right. So what I'm going to talk about is IAGON. IAGON is a decentralized storage network. Lots of people may know about Filecoin, Siacoin, or other things like that. Siacoin was my first decentralized storage network token to get into in 2021. I didn't really actually do much research on it. I saw that it was what it was, thought it was pretty cool, and got into it there. Other than that, I can't really say much about other ones other than most people know about Filecoin, other things like that. IAGON did come and migrate actually from Ethereum to Cardano in 21, I do believe is when they did, 21 or 22, something like that. And they have now successfully deployed smart contracts on mainnet using IAGON, the smart contract language. And we have delegated staking. We have personal staking and storage. We're providing storage and whatnot there. So let me get into this. Let me see if I can share the actual screen here. So this is just a real quick, like 30, 40 seconds from IAGON about the staking platform being live. I think it's real good to be able to show these type of things if y'all can see them. I don't think there's any audio. If there is, it's not much of anything anyway. So here we go. So they have their staking platform that they have live now. It's a application that's live on the internet that you can get to. I'll show you in a little bit as well, because right now you as a customer can buy and use this storage as your storage instead of going and storing with Google or other centralized storage places. And one of the big things is a terabyte of storage with Google is $5 a month, and a terabyte of storage with IAGON is $2 a month. So right off the bat, it is cheaper than Google already. So let me. You have any questions real quick before I get into anything else about it?
Not right now. You can continue to give that dive into
in.
IAGON, but I do have a few questions here after you get through explaining what the project does.
Gotcha. So this is how you can subscribe. You go to app.iagon.com and it'll bring you to this. You can log in with an email or you can log in with your Cardano wallet. So you don't have to be a Cardano person. You don't have to be into crypto at all. And the greatest thing is you don't know that you're even using this when you're doing that. Just like World Mobile, the people that are using World Mobile don't actually know they're using a crypto to be able to do that. So you can come in here, you can get you can choose your region. That's what one of the things that makes it MiCA compliant and everything else like that. So that was one of the big things about their sharding, and they can actually choose what nodes to put it in based on what country they're in to keep the compliance with the global compliance on storage and other things like that. So that is the biggest thing, because that program that they created is proprietary and already what is the word? Not permitted. Trying to think of the word here. When nobody else can copy it. What am I trying to say here? Whatever it is, we'll move on.
You've got the. Now I'm drawing a blank on it. Dang
Exactly.
it.
Somebody in chat's going to get it for us, but you know what I'm trying to say. So those are the.
Looks like it looks like Ada Ace dropped for just a second. Let me get him pulled back up there. Oop. I don't know what happened there, but you dropped from the
Hey,
stream. And you're back.
we're back. I don't know what happened because we were there.
Yep.
But hey, okay. So I was going to show you a little bit of the token there. So this is on Tap Tools. This is how you see Cardano tokens and everything. So we had to build our own deal because Dex Tools and other things didn't want anything to do with Cardano native tokens. So Tap Tools built it and actually does your taxes for you for free. That was paid for by a one of the Catalyst funding rounds. So all of your trades and everything are tracked if you connect them on your Tap Tools, and then it'll do your taxes for you for free. It's pretty cool there. So a little bit about that. So this is a price chart. It's been around for a while. Obviously, they've had their own ups and downs that they've had in the token with coming up to the main net of being able to have your own storage, and then now coming into the delegated storage. With the delegated storage, we also hit a 1-year mark. So the people that started a year ago are able to start claiming their rewards. Your rewards for either delegated staking or for running a node, your rewards are what am I trying to say here? They're held for 73 epochs, which is 1 year, and then they're released to you as well. So just to go a little bit into the dashboard here. So this is what it looks like when you're running a node, and it'll tell you how much you've got, what your network benchmark is, how much your uptime is, how many terabytes are being used or committed, who your delegators are, how many tokens they have, and then it'll eventually show us the rewards as well here. These are things that haven't started yet because delegated staking just went live on Sunday. And once delegated staking went live, there was an increase in almost double of the available storage. And you can see here, these are my rewards that I have for my node that's been running since November. So every 5 days I was earning 23, and I've increased the storage up to 4 terabytes. And I now have, I'm now earning around 33. It is based upon your reputation score. So that's based on how long it is up. If you lose any data, then your reputation score goes way down. So you have to make sure that you're running your storage node in the proper ways and other things like that. If we lose our data here, it doesn't mean that the end user loses their data because of the way that the data is sharded and the way their system picks it back up. Even if my storage node does go down, it has the ability to put it back together without all of the pieces. So that's one of the positive sides there about that. And let me show you a little bit about on Twitter. There is obviously more protocols that do this. The Walrus protocol, somebody apparently wanted to call out Filecoin, and they have a bot, I guess. And then somebody said something about IAGON, and the bot wanted to argue with everybody. And apparently the IAGON intern woke up and chose internet violence this day. It was really hilarious. So, like, show me anything about IAGON except trust me, bro statements. And then IAGON actually comes back and says, oh, look, another AI bot pretending to have opinions. Cute. Since you're all about metrics, let's talk about real ones. Patented decentralized storage and compute. That's one thing that they're coming with, is the compute side. That's for AI. Something neither Walrus nor Filecoin can flex. An MVP with Worth Group. So they have a minimum viable product that they're working with Worth Group, which is a multi-billion-dollar company. And then they have a pilot that is already operational with a Fortune 50 company. And they say Fortune 50 because they said Fortune 500, and then through the time frames of in Discord, we got the CEO to come down to basically a Fortune 50 company. There is a lot of people that kind of believe that it is Dell that is piloting their deal with the enterprise storage. So essentially, Dell is providing storage, or will be providing storage, their own actual storage, and then providing that to their Dell customers with their own storage, keeping it within their own deal. And then they will eventually be able to show that other people can provide storage as well and keep it compliant as they look through how it works. But when they go live, for them to provide the storage, they have to provide the certain amount of token for the storage. The way that it works with IAGON is $500 worth of IAG token has to be matched with every terabyte that you provide. So that's the base use of the token. It is required to financially hold your storage. So not only do I have the hardware that I have, but I'm also providing funding to lock with it, so that I, as the storage provider, essentially behaves, is the easiest way to say that, and whatnot there. So
It's an incentive to act correctly so that you don't end up losing your tokens.
exactly. You won't actually lose your tokens because they're still your tokens. They are locked into a smart contract, so they do leave your wallet. Unlike a lot of things in Cardano, a lot of things are liquid staking. This one is a locked contract, so they do leave, and then they are there for however long you want to run your node. Once you want to decommission your node, then you start the 90-day waiting period for you to get your tokens back from your staking. So there is a 90-day time frame. And what I see there is the biggest positive there is everyone is staking their tokens, which I think we're 17% of the circulating supply is now staked. Once they're staked, they're in an indefinite time frame, because the 90-day period doesn't start until you unstake them. So everybody, including myself, that has staked all of their tokens and opening up the new drives and all the storage, that were over 20 petabytes now worth of storage, that's more tokens that are being locked. And every day there is more storage being provided. I have 80 terabytes worth of drives that'll be here today that I'm going to put, and there'll probably be another 250,000 tokens that'll be locked in a smart contract in my, for my storage. And that's just me. There's Titan that's coming out and is putting another enterprise grade together, 750 terabytes. We have Bank that's got another 200 terabytes that they're putting up. There's projects all over the place that are putting these storage nodes up, because there's still so many people that want to stake their token. And with doing that, increases the amount that is staked, how long that staking is. It's 90 days from when they want out. It's not 90 days from when they get in. So it's an indefinite amount of time. All of this screams that a supply shock is going to eventually occur in the token price. And we're 20 cents, 35 cents, I think. So we can go very high on these prices here.
Most definitely. Well, you answered a bunch of the questions that I had in my first tokenomics and supply distribution, but I did want to ask, is the token supply fixed or is it inflationary?
So it is fixed. It's fixed at a 1 billion supply. So there is no more that will ever be done, and they're not burning any either because it is required to open the storage.
Okay. Okay. So, and then also, you did talk about that vesting schedule. You said it's 90 days.
So the vesting schedule for a staker is a indeterminate amount of time because it is 90 days once you decide to unstake it.
So, kind of an incentive to just keep it staked there.
Exactly. It has been live on mainnet for 19 months, and I think 85% of the people that have gotten in and ran a node have not turned it off. So, and it's only increasing now.
Well, that's definitely a positive. I see Crypto Billy said, how is their support? Is there an 800 number yet, like Web 2, or do we have to open a open a ticket in Discord like most of Web 3?
That would be an answer that I don't have, but Crypto Billy, I will get with the product manager in Discord and ask that question. That was not one that I was ready to answer there. Let me see if there's anything on here. There, you can make you a custom plan. I'm not quite sure if you can talk to them in any way or whatnot there. I do know that you can go to Discord and open a ticket there. They're always there and other things like that. But I will get with them and get you an answer there. That's a good question. I was not prepared for that one.
Yeah, I didn't even think of asking that one. So I did also want to know, what is that treasury set up for people that are staking their rewards? And hey, I'm running these 20 terabytes and I have my 500 worth locked up on my 20 terabytes. So what kind of rewards are you getting?
So right now, the rewards is a yearly reward basket, and it's divided by how much is actually staked and other things like that. Right now, the APY is approximately 15% as a storage operator. And as a delegated staker, it is that 15% minus whatever the margin is that the node is taking. So our node is a 33% margin node. So we take a third of the reward that you would get if you were providing the storage yourself for actually providing the storage and running the hardware. There are other nodes depending on their requirements. Some of them are upwards of 60 to 80%. Some of them require you to stake their token as well or have a one-to-one of their token and whatnot. So you just want to look at the different nodes that are out there. Currently, right now, there is such a want for them. The nodes pop up and then get full. Is essentially how that works. About as fast as they come up, they go away. So here is 4 of them that are open right now, and they could stake to them. This node is a 5%. This node's a 45%. This one's a 65%, and this one is 70. It's just about everywhere. It'll tell you how much token the operator has. Like this one has 16% in it. This one here, that's a 45% node, has 0% for the operator. So they just have storage available, but they don't have any tokens there as well. So you can see those couple of things. One of the things I do want to say is 10% of the total supply of the token is allocated for storage node staking rewards. And that's a decreasing amount over the 15-year curve that they have for that to be released. But at the same time, as a node operator, I'm not only making the IAG, I am also earning the ADA for providing the storage and the actual use of the storage that's in my node. So the more use that occurs, the more ADA that I will earn, because 80% of the fee that they collect for providing the storage to the end use customer goes to the staker, goes to the node operator. I actually have a little bit in here. Let me see if I can find that answer. If you want to talk for a second, I will try to find the better answer to that from the product manager, since I had some of these questions that they answered.
Yeah, I think that was something that I had sent over to you in my questions list, a little bit about that one. I do see quite a few people have slid into the chat this morning. We got all set in here, so good morning to you. I see Uncle Jesse in here as always. We got Crypto Bedell in here. If you haven't followed his channel, you should most definitely go do so. I see Crypto Billy asking another question. Is it a physical plug and play node, or is it software based? So I'm sure we will get to that one in just a second. We got Kyle Fields in the chat. Good morning to you. I see Jay Violet in here. Good evening to you. We got the Mod Queen, Alexandra G, in here. We got Paul Caruso. Good morning. We got Arsan246. Good morning. We got Ty Guy. Good morning to you. Haven't seen you in here before. We got Jay Quicksmoker. Apparently, he caught that short from the 382 yesterday. So nice catch there. We talked about that being some strong resistance yesterday. We got Uncle Jesse dropped in that morning motivational link. We will go straight over there from here. I've got that redirect all set up. So I'll see y'all at the morning motivational video. We got, let's see, scrolling on up. We got Adam D in the chat. Good morning to you. He's saying, hope everyone has a great Friday. I hope you do too, sir. We got K Diggity in here. Gotta go to work, but I'll be lurking. Well, I appreciate you chiming in on the chat, K Diggity. Hope you have a great Friday. And let's see. Moonbag's in here. Good morning to you, sir. I'm not seeing anyone else so far. We did have a few people from yesterday. They chimed on in saying Rip Chat, and Kyle Field saying he was the second one there. And Ada Ace was apparently the first like on the video. So I appreciate y'all. If you haven't hit the like button and you are enjoying some of the information that Ada Ace is dropping on this brand new Ada project, competing with Filecoin, go ahead, hit that like button. If you have any other questions, I've got a whole Q&A at the top where we can very quickly read those questions and ask Ada Ace those questions. And then again, if you didn't chime in on the comments from yesterday's video with a hashtag GiversGain, we're doing a giveaway at the end of the video. I only have 2 comments saying hashtag GiversGain, so I guess those two people will be the 2 winners, because we're picking 2 winners. We're giving away book 1 and book 2 of the Billy Goat Tales books, and then I'm giving away a copy of book 2. So if you want that, but a chance to win that book, go ahead and drop that comment on yesterday's video, hashtag GiversGain, for a chance to win that. All right, you got that pulled up, Ada?
Yeah, so one of your questions that you had here was, how does the project plan to handle inflation or deflation? And their response to that was, staking rewards are coupled with 90% of the income from the user. So that's what I was telling you earlier, is I thought it was 80%. It's actually 90%. And so it says from the users, which goes up over time as they increase their user base. By the end of the 15 years where the IAG is, then the node should be as profitable, which you would think they would be crazy profitable at that point. And of that 10% that the end user does not get goes to the treasury. And 30% of that 10%, we're talking percentages now, goes to buy the IAG back from the open market. And they use that to pay for continued development and other things like that after the initial funds run out. They do have $125,000 a monthly development budget to pay their employees from their allocations. And earlier you asked about vesting schedules. So there was early engineers that built the project. They have 8.5% of the total supply, but that is locked up for 8 years. I don't know exactly when the 8 years started, but I don't believe the token started for, maybe 4 years ago. I don't even think it was that far. They've been on Cardano for 2 years at least, since that's what TapTool says how long the token's been released. And they have that 8 years, and then they'll be distributed over 6 months once that 8-year lockup ends. So, all right. Well, I have some of these other questions. If you want to ask the questions, I can find their answers or other things, or I can ask some other things so I don't just read off of a question list over here.
We did have Crypto Billy's question, where is this a physical node or is it software based?
So I guess the question is it like physical hardware? It is, yes, a server that I built, my own NAS server that's behind me. You can't see it because I'm a green screen or whatnot, but it's literally right here. And I built with my son that we have here, and I'll be able to have 200 terabytes, 20 terabyte drives in the physical hardware that is behind me, that then they have their application that was actually quite easy to use. I thought it was a little difficult. Their documentation could be a little more clear for somebody that isn't so technical, but I'm not very technical at all. And I was easily able to figure it out with a few questions in the Discord with the product manager that some believe is like a bot that never sleeps. But hey, I guess that's what you do when you're working for a company like this. So I guess maybe that answers your question there.
Yes, most definitely. And then with how you can stake it, you can also kind of be software based, where it's like, hey, I don't want to actually put up a terabyte of data. I want to choose this node operator to go with, and that allows them to put more storage on there.
Yes, that allows the storage operator to unlock more available storage for the protocol to use. And the only way to open up the storage is by someone locking the token in the smart contract, $500 worth at the time per terabyte. And that's how they actually incentivized people to get in, because it's $500 US dollars, not the ADA equivalent or a specific amount of token per terabyte. So as the price goes up, the people that are still providing new storage are able to provide storage at the same ability that people that got in earlier, except when we stake them, we're staking more tokens. So there are more tokens staked, so we earn more tokens back. But in theory, we're earning the same dollar value, but that's why getting in early gets you more there. Maybe I answered the question there. I like to ramble sometimes.
Oh yeah. So I did have are there any other on-chain use cases for the token outside of the whole staking for collateral of your node?
So not that IAG has created. The main use case for it is to open up the storage. There will be governance that is coming with it, is what they're saying. The governments will be token based. And the nodes require the tokens to back their resources. The end user can fully interact with the services without ever touching crypto, was their answer to will the token be required for network access, resource use, or participation in governance?
Well, and that was the next question
Well,
there.
there you go.
So,
I answered it for you.
yeah, so basically grandma can come in there and never have to touch crypto, but still get her replacement for Google Drive, which is extremely expensive.
Yes, yes, and that's exactly what they're doing. You could do it for grandma, you could do it for yourself, and then they're actually going after the enterprise storage that's out there as well.
Okay,
There
okay.
there are other use cases because places like Levy exist where you can borrow against it. You have uh, let me see here. You have the decentralized exchanges that you can farm the token with. You have um, there's multiple different ways that you can use it in the DeFi settings that the chain has created, lending, borrowing, leverage, other things that are like that. But those are not things that the IGON team has created.
Okay. I do see Billy asking a question. He's like, "Can you give me a use case? Meaning, just as an end user, how do I use this storage? If I'm saving a Word document, I choose a drive, walk me through as an end user."
So if you were an end user and you were trying to use this, you would go here to your storage, like you would want to subscribe to it, and you would proceed to payment. You click, you want your half a terabyte, you want 2 terabytes, you want 15 terabytes, whatnot kind of there. Do you want to do uh, a yearly payment for it instead? And whatnot there, and it's just like you would do. I have not used it, but it should be is just like you would provide your storage anywhere else you choose your region if you want to keep it in your certain region, or you can just say global and it puts it wherever because you don't care where it goes. But that's the compliance deal, is it allows you to say where it goes. The other thing is you can also run your website through theirs as well, just like other people need to. Sorry about that. Just
No.
like anybody else needs to have their website hosted. You can host your websites as long as they don't need any action currently. Once the compute comes online, then anybody can host their website through their storage, just like you would host websites with Google or other AWS clouds as well.
Okay. So quite easy to use, just as easy as most cloud storage is. So,
Yes, yes. It is built specifically for you to not have to have crypto, no crypto, involve yourself with crypto at all, for you to be able to use it.
so I see another great question here by Arsan246 saying, "What is the type of storage security?" So
So the
I'm assuming you're encrypted on your storage.
so that's their proprietary information, how they have it, because yes, it is decentralized, it's obviously encrypted, and then it's sharded. So even if I was to go into my drive and try to get the things that are actually stored in my hardware, I can't open it, I can't get it out because it's not the entire piece, because it's sharded, essentially in the same way that Napster, LimeWire, in the way would pull together pieces and put it into your drive when you're trying to download a piece of music. It's the opposite direction. Is kind of how that works. Is the easiest way for me to explain it.
Makes sense. So basically, the security is that not all of the data is stored in one spot, and you can't access that data without the full unlock of the user end case. So whenever you're going to access your data, you're pulling it from multiple points, which allows for security. Kind of like how Bitcoin is very secure because it has all of the information stored in multiple places.
Exactly. The decentralized nature of it is what makes it secure. And then on top of that, the sharding aspect of how they actually store the data into the physical hard drives creates it even further. Essentially, it puts that into a smart contract, and the only way to get the information back out of the smart contract is to have the keys, which is what you create when you make your storage, when you apply your storage or whatnot, when you buy the storage. So that's how that would work there. I don't work for the team, so I don't know every instrument in it, but I do run a node, and I have been involved with their token since its inception. I stupidly sold all of it a long time ago and have had to DCA back into it because I thought the 3x that I got 2 years ago was great at that time. It was, but if I would not have sold any of it, I would have 200 terabytes of my own storage behind me. So, there's that.
2020 hindsight, we all get that.
I think I bought 200,000 tokens for like 1,000 ADA on the day it launched on the DEX, not even knowing what it was. That would be a lot. Just like the 75 ADA of SNEC that I bought when it came out would be like 100,000 ADA right now. But it is what it is.
You live and you learn. You live and you learn.
For sure.
I did have another question where what partnerships and integrations are in place or being pursued to grow adoption?
Okay, so I know the work group. I know the Fortune 50 is in there. Was that one of the questions, or did you just throw me a new question?
That was a new one. I know you had talked a little bit
you're
about
doing that to me.
Dell.
I'm sitting there, I'm like looking through the question. I'm like, bro, I don't remember that one. Got me.
We went through all those other questions, so I was just wondering if they have any like partnerships in the work for more like adoption to kind of compete with like Filecoin and Google Drive and
most definitely.
Amazon.
So Worth Group, they are a multi-billion-dollar company. They were the first one to run an MVP for an enterprise location its own. And then the Fortune 50 is a partnership as well because they are running or will be running their own nodes for IAGON. So the Fortune 50 company, whichever one it is, I think it's Dell, but I don't know for sure. We'll all find out whenever the Fortune 50 company allows it to come out. All of it is good. Everything, all the legal aspects and everything else is fine. They're just waiting on the Fortune 50 company to give them the green light. You can tell everybody, and so will we. And once that happens, then they have to buy the IAG token to get to the dollar value that they want to provide in the storage, however many terabytes, petabytes, or whatnot that they will be providing. And the only way to get those tokens is from the market. So token go up.
Definitely sounds like it. Especially if they're going to be partnering with something like Dell, who I know they've got a lot of stuff that they've been doing in the background that I touched on probably a few months ago, looking at pairing with some GPU rendering. So is that something
what you're talking
IAGON?
about, all of that makes sense because when you put the pieces together, IAGON is going to do compute. The Fortune 50 company went from an MVP on enterprise storage to already working on the GPU and compute side. It's not a pilot. They have decided that they are going to do this. They have said that the storage that they are going to provide will come on the devices for the end user. I don't know. That screams a Dell computer to me, but we'll find out.
I mean, potentially, because I know that Dell was partnering with I believe it was AMD to work up a lot of GPU rendering. So maybe that's in the works for them. They're trying to compete with that NVIDIA GPU rendering that NVIDIA's been working quite hard to corner the market on.
Yeah, I could see them working together, putting it together so that they can run it, and then also then add the compute ability of the entire network behind them, and give their customers the ability to only choose to use theirs, or hey, here's a cheaper option that you can use the entire network. I can see that as being a possibility as well. We're always, we're just here, making things up on what it could be, so who the hell really knows? We'll all find out. But it's always better to be in the market than trying to time the market. I learned that a long time ago. Timing it is fun, but it is better to be in the market. Time in the market is greater than timing the market.
Most definitely. And I know you touched on this a little bit earlier, but Justin Miller asked, how do they deal with hard drive failures?
So, one, as the node operator, if I have a hard drive failure where I lose the data, then my reputation score drops. I will probably lose my delegation because my reputation score will drop. So then my reward drops. So as the node operator, we run your different, whatever you want to run it in. If you run it in RAID 0 and you have a file that, a drive that fails, then that's your fault as a node operator. You'll lose your reputation score, but that's the ability of the sharding system to pick up and put it back together, even if my drive fails there. So that's the way that would work. I guess I think I answered that question.
Yep. I just wanted you to kind of retouch on that. He might not have been here when you were touching on the whole sharding of the information where it's not all just in one spot, but you can kind of rebuild it if it ends up getting lost.
And then like in my drive right now, I'm at RAID 0, but as soon as these new drives come in, they have told me about Snap RAID, which is essentially you choose one of your drives, the large, it has to match the single drive. So I have 20 terabyte drives. So my Snap RAID drive will be a 20 terabyte drive. You build this into your NOS that you have, and it then takes a snapshot every certain amount of times, however many times you set it, and it takes a snapshot of all of your drives. And then if one of your drives fails, when you put the new drive in, the snap part is able to put it back together in there. So that's why you have a RAID system. So when like data storage is normally in a RAID 5 configuration, which is slower, but that's where you mirror. One drive is mirrored straight to another drive. So if you're using 20 terabytes, you're actually using 40 terabytes. And that's another reason why there are some places that are more expensive because they have to run it that way. But that's all up to the node operator to run it in whichever RAID function that you want to run it in.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say, last chance to really get in on that giveaway. There's that link in the chat. I will drop it one more time. Go ahead and comment #GiversGain for a chance to win both of the Billy Goat Tales books. And I will be giving away a copy of the second book as well. So we'll be picking 2 winners. I see 5 comments so far. So, you've got about 3 minutes to really get that in before we end up getting to that outro of the show. Any other questions we got for Ada Ace before we wind it on down? I don't know if
RAID 0. He said RAID 0 offers no redundancy. Yeah, that's why I have my Snap RAID coming in just a minute.
Okay, so yeah, you're getting that all taken care of then, making sure that you're properly maintained so that you don't lose your delegated score.
Yeah, I got a good score actually. I'm up at 67. I was at 70 until the delegated side because your node had to go offline to sign the 3 smart contracts and all the rest of that. So I went down from a 70 to a 66, but back up to a 67 now. So I'm doing pretty well. I think the average score I think is a 58 in America. So I'm above average.
Well, there you go. That's where you want to be sitting. All right. Well, I did see one other comment. Where was it? We got Mr. NL. The white label software is essentially Lagoon, so they will utilize the Lagoon storage. And is there a company
That's
that is
Icon, bro.
oh IAGON? Oh, there we go. I
That's who we're
it
talking
looks
about.
it looks like an L there on the chat. I have it zoomed out so that I can see the whole screen at once. So it looks like a lagoon. Yeah, there we go. So he said, and is there a company that is piloting the enterprise for the decentralization?
Yeah, there's the Fortune 50 is the pilot for the enterprise side, and the Worth Group that's WURTH Group. They're in out of the EU somewhere, I do believe, somewhere over there. So those are the ones that they talk about.
All right then. I will get my dual cam pulled up. I've got this giveaway pulled up all off of the comments. We're going off of yesterday's video. Hashtag givers gain. Let me answer this question. 7 plus 6 is 13. Oop, pushing the wrong buttons there. Should not have gone off of that one. Let me get that pulled back up. That's on yours.
Yeah.
There we go. There we
Hey.
go. Get the YouTube comments. All right, we got 5 comments. And but shouldn't it just pick out? There we go. Gotta go from over there. And apparently Jay Violet is one of the winners. We'll do that one for the second book. And then let me pull up another one. And for both of those, I guess I'll have to restart this all over. We got Jay Violet as a winner. And then we will refresh the page. Get this all pulled up. Paste. And filter by comments. Hashtag givers gain. And for both book 1 and book 2, we will see it is number 6. We've got 5 comments still, and we'll start that raffle. Hopefully it's someone different this time. We got C90 winning book 1 and book 2. So reach out in our Discord and we will get you guys set up with those books. All right, it is.
Ooh, I didn't win.
Yeah. Oh no, it's rigged. It's rigged.
That would have been funny though. It would have been like,
Yeah, it definitely would have been. But thank you for everyone that showed up today. Thank you, Ada Ace, for coming in here and giving that breakdown of IAGON. We really appreciate that there. And then make sure to tune in to the rest of the Piper Academy. We've got that morning market report at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for the breakdown of the data. We've got a trade intuition with the Trade Academy at 4 p.m. and OC Guy with his breakdown of the charts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Other than that, I will see y'all at the morning motivational video here in just a second. Make sure to trade safe because today's going to be a volatile day, but it's going to be a good day. I will see y'all at that morning motivational video here in just a second.